Welcome to another edition of Expert Talks by Kalkine TV. I'm Sage, and today's guest is Lilia Stoyanov, CEO and investor at Transformify. Transformify, for some background, hires, manages and plays remote teams, employees and freelancers. It's basically an end-to-end workforce management system. Sounds like they take all the hard work out of operating a FinTech. I'm looking forward to hearing from today's digital expert to share more of their insights with us. Being a professor at Zigurat Business School and an expert Evaluator Horizon 2000 at the European Commission, we're bound to gain from Zilia's valuable insights. So excited to bring you live today, Ms. Lilia Stoyanov, CEO and investor at Transformify. Welcome to the show, Lilia.
Many thanks for having me, and greetings from Europe.
Where in Europe are you ringing in from?
I'm currently in Sofia because, as you know, Transformify has an amazing program helping refugees and migrants. And Sofia is very close to Ukraine as well.
Right. Well, so good of you to join us today. Let's start our discussion with talking in detail about the enterprise freelance management system, please, and how it works in the present scenario.
Well, in the recent years, we have seen the rise of the gig economy, and the prognosis is that soon probably 70% of the population will be working as self-employed or freelancers. Inevitably, you need a way to manage all these people. Imagine you're a business based in Australia and you buy services from freelancers across the globe. Let's say 500 freelancers. That's the average team. How do you manage them all? How do you navigate the billing and self-billing processes? How do you pay them all? Do you believe that this can be done manually? Well, the reality is it's impossible to be done manually, unless, of course, you have a team that's doing this all the time and it's super inefficient. That's why the freelancer management systems are also on the rise recently. You see companies like Remo.com, Papaya Global, and the like. All of them, they provide payroll on demand. They provide a way to manage independent contractors, and so does Transformify. It's very simple. There is demand, and more companies are currently joining the market to address that demand.
It's amazing to hear that you're able to continue your work and help other companies amid the Ukraine crisis as well. So Transformify is running a program called Rebuilding Lives. Couldn't be more appropriate than now. Would you please talk about how this program leverages remote work arrangements for the people affected by war in Ukraine?
Absolutely. The program was actually developed back in 2016 because there was another refugee crisis back then. It was the refugee crisis with all those people leaving Syria. And after that, it was the crisis in Afghanistan. Now we see the situation in Ukraine. What happens with all those people is that they need to leave their homes, they need to leave everything behind, and for a period of time they have no source of income. Imagine if you need to leave your home tomorrow, just with your belongings, nothing else. You have very limited cash and you need to move to another country. You have nothing waiting for you there. For a period of time, of course, these people receive certain welfare payments. They receive help from the government of the country that is offering them a refuge, an asylum, but it's temporary, and the best for them is to have their own sources of income, and that's what Rebuild Lives is there for. It is connecting them with businesses across the globe willing to provide jobs for them. And it's not just remote jobs, it's also a connection with local employers that are ready to provide temporary jobs for those people. In our case, these are businesses in the Baltics that are willing to have them as couriers, real estate agents, and of course, as developers, marketers, call center agents. It depends really on their skills. But the unique part of it is that they are first registered as self-employed back in Ukraine, so they have the legal right to provide their services in a new country. And after that, they receive secure payment through Transformify, making it a business-to-business relationship. It is a peace of mind for everyone involved, and definitely it helps both the refugees and the businesses willing to provide opportunities for them.
Thank you so much for sharing this amazing work that you're doing. I think at present there's 1.8 million refugees who have left Ukraine, and your mission is to help these people to assimilate into the countries surrounding Ukraine, to help them find work and to be paid fairly. Is that correct?
That's correct. And it is also valid for those who are still in Ukraine, but they are currently unemployed. Many businesses, and I'm speaking of international businesses, have decided to discontinue their projects or operations in Ukraine due to the war, due to the uncertainty. But all these people, they're still there. They need to pay their rent, they need to buy food, they need to have a future. And it's another opportunity if it is a business that's looking to utilize the talent market there and also to help rebuild Ukraine after the war. It's another opportunity. We need to face that. It's not just what's happening now and the people that are leaving the country. It's also those who are still there and those who will go back the moment the war is over.
That's right. There's going to be a big job rebuilding, but I'm sure it's going to be possible if everyone works together, hopefully. And with your help, you are finding a way an alternative to fiat currency. Transformify allows employers to pay freelancers in over 20 cryptocurrencies. So can you talk a bit about the evolving market of exchanging crypto for goods and services in your perspective?
I would say that nowadays, given the volatility of the financial markets and the volatility of local currencies, lots of people consider crypto as an alternative. They consider crypto not just as a payment method, they consider crypto as an investment. And we see them getting more and more educated about how cryptocurrencies work, how could they get paid in crypto, how to store crypto, how to exchange crypto back into fiat money. It's a trend that will continue. I don't believe that it's only due to the volatility. Of course, that's the trigger, but it will continue. First of all, to provide an alternative to people, and secondly, because people need a new way to invest their money.
Thank you. And the COVID-19 pandemic has established that work from home can be an option. So do you think the hybrid work culture is a successful idea and will continue in the long run?
Absolutely. We already see that even traditional businesses not only consider hybrid work, they see the benefits of it. They see the benefits of renting smaller offices. They see the benefits of allowing their teams to work remotely and to commute less. In our case, Transformify was founded as a no-remote company long before the pandemic. We never had physical offices. We work from co-working spaces, we work from cafes, we work from any country. Many of us work and travel, we are digital nomads. And if in the past this was a lifestyle, now it's a necessity. People demand it. People expect to have that flexibility, and businesses are adjusting. They have no other option but to adjust to that new reality.
Thank you so much. Lastly, managing remote employees can be challenging for some people, and especially in regards to boosting their morale and keeping them focused on their work. How could HR managers and employees keep their remote employees enthusiastic at work?
Managing a remote team might be a challenge if you have never managed people who all the time need to be connected with each other. This is a challenge even in a traditional setup. You see all these people with their headsets on. You see people in cubicles, they don't communicate with each other, and definitely it has a negative impact on their productivity, it has a negative impact on their creativity, and that's something at first you face if you're managing a remote team. Your biggest challenge is to establish those communication channels and making sure that people know how to express their opinion, how to step in, how to articulate their ideas in order for those ideas to be addressed. But once you have it, it becomes even easier than managing a traditional team because it's more productive. You have people who feel valued, you have people who constantly communicate with each other, they have clear policies how to store documentation, they have clear policies how to find information, they know who is the right person to ask for help if they need help. And again, I would say it's a challenge just at the beginning. Once you get used to that, it becomes your management style, it becomes your reality.
Thank you so much. I mean, I'm finding this a difficult topic to even talk about, just connecting with this massive issue at the moment. Thank you so much for articulating yourself so clearly and sharing the important work that you do. Really do appreciate it, Lilia.
It was all my pleasure.
Best of luck with your mission going forward.
Many thanks.
If you've just joined us, we had a very interesting and important discussion with Ms. Lilia Stoyanov, CEO and investor at Transformify. She's helping the Ukrainian refugees to gain employment, to still be paid and continue their careers in the surrounding areas of Europe and Ukraine. And please watch the full interview at Kalkine Media's YouTube channel and keep watching for more of these live expert talks and market insights. Till the next episode, stay apprised and invest wise with Kalkine Media.